Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I would like to welcome all of you to meeting number 360 of Speakers in Toastmasters Club. My name is Toastmaster Shanko, and I'll be the Sergeant at Arms in today's meeting. To officially start the meeting, I want to remind everyone that this meeting will be recorded. Some parts of this meeting may also be used for the promotional material later. In order to have a smooth meeting, here are some ground rules that we will follow during the course of this meeting. First, please put yourself on mute when you are not speaking. Second, please do not interrupt while someone is speaking. If you are to move during the meeting, please turn off your camera. Third, please be mindful from addressing sex, religion, and politics during the meeting. Fourth, be attentive throughout the meeting. Support and encourage the fellow speakers by turning on your camera with warm smiles and claps, and use the Zoom reaction button as well to express yourself during the meeting. Now, as you are aware, everyone has a mission in life. Similarly, our Toastmasters has a mission. Our Toastmasters mission is to provide mutually supportive environment so that each member of our club can develop their leadership and communication skills, which will help to boost their self-confidence and public and personal growth. Now, to take the meeting forward, I would like to welcome the presiding officer for today's meeting, Toastmaster Lalita. Toastmaster Lalita is HR by profession and has around 10 years of work experience. She has completed MA in Public Administration and PG Diploma in HR Management. Let's welcome with a round of applause Toastmaster Lalita as the presiding officer.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sankhya, for such a warm welcome. I would like to welcome all of you to 360 meeting of Speakers Dance Toastmasters Club. Now, let me give you a brief history of Toastmasters. Do you know when was the first Toastmasters started? In which year? Any answers?
1924.
Yes, that was right. And where was the first time the meeting was conducted? At which place?
California. That's the state, I can say.
Yeah, that's right. And it was established by which person? Who did that? Who was the person who initiated this?
What is name? It's really different. So
Okay. Any answers? Sorry?
Ramses Medley.
Right. So it was Ralph C. Smedley who started, it was established by him. And this is almost an 100-year-old organization. And the membership has now grown up to 3.5 lakhs. And it has around 16,000 clubs all over the world and in 190 countries. So do you know when our Toastmasters Club was started? Speakers Dance Toastmasters Club. Which year?
2013-14, nearby.
2012.
Sorry, Venkatesh?
2012.
Yes, right, Venkatesh. So our own Speakers Dance Toastmaster was started in the year 2012 in the month of September. So do we have any guests today? Tamilarasan?
Nikila is there as a guest as well.
Yeah. Yes, Tamilarasan. Hi. Welcome to Speakers Dance Toastmasters Club. So how did you get to know about Speakers Dance Toastmasters Club?
So I was looking for the Toastmasters Club nearby. So I stay in Madeshpalya, near to Indranagar. So I was looking for the Toastmasters Club, and then I searched it in Google, and I got to know about Speakers Club.
So can you introduce yourself?
Yeah. So my name is Tamilarasan, and you can call me Tamil, since my name is a bit long. And currently, I'm residing in Bangalore. I work for Microsoft. I have like around 14 years of experience in IT. So I have worked in various organizations, like Thirdware, one organization. That's the first organization where I started my career. Then I moved to ITC Bangalore, and then I worked for CTS for a brief period, and now I have joined Microsoft here in Bangalore. So I'm in Bangalore for more than around 2 years now, and I have already lived in Bangalore for around 3 years. So Bangalore is not new to me. So I love Bangalore and the people, the various culture here. So that's a
Thank you for the
brief introduction
introduction.
about me.
I'm sorry for interrupting. Thank you for the introduction. And
That's okay.
once again, welcome to Speakers in Toastmasters Club. Nikhila, would
Thank
you like
you.
to introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. My name's Nikhila. I've been participating in the Speakers 10 meet since December. I think like the other guests here, I was looking for a platform to improve on my public speaking skills, and also to consider that as an opportunity to also network with people from different backgrounds. So it's nice to meet everyone, and thank you for having me. Thank you, Lalita.
Thank you, Nikhila. Once again, welcome to Speakers in Toastmasters Club. Amod, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Good morning, Toastmasters. I'm Amod Kulkarni. I'm practicing company secretary in Bangalore. Since last 2 years, I'm part of Toastmasters Club, Toastmasters journey, and I want to continue my journey with this esteemed club. So looking forward to join you soon as a member. Thank you and over to you.
Thank you, Amod, for the introduction, and welcome to Speakers in Toastmasters Club. With this, I'll be passing on the stage to TMOD, Toastmaster Vishal. Over to you, Vishal.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Lalita. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today's theme, I think you all have read, and it's something where all Bangalore's are, or Bangaloreans, or in fact today's current era of youth, as well as everyone relates to. It's around artificial intelligence. Now, coming from my profession, right, which is into tech strategy consulting, I think AI is touching each of us somewhere or the other. And I want to open this forum by asking some of you critical questions, right? And we will delve deep into how you can incorporate AI into your Toastmaster journey as well, and what Toastmaster International is also doing for you, all of you, to make most of the artificial intelligence and the products through Toastmasters forum. So we'll dig into deep about these, but let me open the forum and ask some of you about some key use cases which you see on your daily life where you are seeing an impact of artificial intelligence as a technology trend. Amod, do you want to share something?
Yeah. So actually, when I was last time preparing my speech, so on Toastmasters portal only, I found a tool for AI tool which helps us in evaluating our speech, and that AI tool guide us how we can improve, our language, our speed, our speech, everything is there. So I thought, I think it's very helpful if we want to become a great public speaker. So it will always help us, that AI tool.
Yeah, perfect. And in general, let's hear from Arun. Arun, what's your view on AI and how it's impacting us overall and in our Toastmaster journey as well?
Okay, thanks, Vishal, for calling me out. And yeah, I think like there are a lot of opportunities, as well as maybe especially the practical in life, right? Normal life as well. A lot of practical implementations are there. I would say like especially for my kids and then my office or other related purposes, especially as speech, maybe I mean like content need to be created. I mean like it was a struggle earlier. I would say like we need to really spend time. It does not mean like when we are actually creating from ChatGPT with an appropriate I'm not getting the exact word. So with using that technique, right? When you're creating the speech, we need to actually review it surely before we deliver it or give to the kids, all right? Primarily when in the case of when we have the kids, right, they have a lot of practical application or maybe the projects in the school. So it really gives a kind of kind of relief for me, I mean me and wife, right? Like prepare this and then deliver and then give to them, right? And it's a comparatively easier job. Like that's one of the important aspect which I'm seeing. Like there are a lot of other things even in office. When we are actually in office, even kind of a new project idea or maybe generating ideas, it's all getting big, kind of easier and better these days with these applications. Really makes use of that these days.
Makes sense. Thanks, Arun, for sharing your view. I can see Praneeth standing and a bit nervous. So let's ask him. Praneeth, have you used any of the AI technology like ChatGPT for preparation of this particular speech?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so
Uh,
which one you used actually?
I mean, ChatGPT is the most widely used and like very available. So you can use ChatGPT to get a lot of text and just pick up some stuff from that, get some examples, but get like do some research about it on Google and like pick up some things from that. So and then just make an entire speech of that.
Correct. No, makes sense. And I think it's good if we are using technology because we should use technology. We should have our unique value as well, our own learnings, our own cycle, but we can merge the technology to make it even more interesting for our audience. So I'm super glad to hear, Praneeth, that you are using Chat GPT to enhance your speech or the script of your speech. So great. How many of you have used Chat GPT? Just if you can show your hand or raise your hand and let us know. Okay, fine. I think most of us have used, barring few, but I think most of have used. And how many of you have experienced what Toastmasters has to offer in terms of AI? Okay, so only few. So we'll dig down on the Toastmasters aspect for sure, so that you are empowered to use it effectively in subsequent sessions. But before we dig into it, let's welcome our general evaluator. He is Toastmaster Abhishek, someone I have met him in person during our Bangalore session, someone who brings lots of energy. He brings spiritual ideas. He read lots of books, and I've seen him taking lots of TMOD sessions, and he always inspires us to think something different with his knowledge and credibility. So hopefully this will be another exciting session, and I look forward to seeing Toastmaster Abhishek as TMOD soon as well. But let's give a round of applause and welcome our general evaluator Toastmaster Abhishek on stage. Toastmaster Abhishek, stage is all yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishal, and good morning, everyone. So, as Toastmaster Timur just explained, every Toastmaster meeting has three parts. Being the general evaluator, I'm in charge of the third part, and my role is to give fair assessment of things that happened in the first two parts, what was good, but more importantly, what could have been much better. I'll keep an eye on all activities that happened over the course of the meeting and present a report on them in the third part. Helping in my task is a team of tag role players. So let me introduce them to you now. So first of all, we have timer, and the timer is 1 second. So let me call and invite Toastmaster Arun Ramchandran. So over to you, Toastmaster Arun.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhishek, giving me opportunity. So, greetings, Toastmaster Abhishek, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a timer, I'll be time the table topic speakers, formal speeches, and evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, which denotes specific names, specific times remaining. Maybe I'll be showing that one while going. Table topic speakers should limit their remarks to not more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll raise the green card. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, I'll raise the yellow card. At 2 minutes, I'll raise the red card. Those giving speeches should limit their remarks to their specific speech times. Icebreaker speeches should be 4 to 6 minutes in length. At 4 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 5 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the red card. Most of the speeches should be 5 to 7 minutes in length. At 5 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. The individual evaluation should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. At 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. Thank you all. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arun. And next we have our counter. So please invite Toastmaster Samita.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. The purpose of this R counter is to listen and make note of unnecessary words and sound used by all the speakers and role players of today's meeting. This report will focus on the major areas of the filler words such as or inappropriate interjections and, well, but, so, you know, or the use of crux word that is similar to basically, actually, this thing, or repetitive words or phrases like I mean, that means, this means, or unintentional long or short pauses made by the speaker. I will present my rest of the report when the general evaluator calls for me during the general evaluation section. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Samita. And next we have, I think, grammarian Sakshi. Over to you, Toastmaster Sakshi.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Today I'll be taking on the role of the grammarian. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers, listen carefully to their language usage. I'll be taking note of any improper language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce to the team the word of the day. So the word of the day is sanguine. So sanguine is something when it is something which is positive when you're hoping for something positive and good things. So for example, if we were to use it in a sentence, it would be that Aman was less sanguine about the prospects for peace. I will put down this in the I will put down the word in the chat also. And I would encourage everyone to use the word of the day. And I'll be, as a grammarian, when I'll be called upon for the report, I'll be reporting it at the end of the meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sakshi. And now I'll hand over to our Toastmaster of the Day, and I'll come back once all the two part is done, and I will proceed the third part. So over to you, Timor. Yeah.
Let's give a round of applause for Toastmaster Abhishek and his tag team partners for conveying the role they will be playing in this meeting. I think it's very important, and feedback is considered as the breakfast of champions. So I look forward to the detailed feedback from Abhishek and his teams. Now moving ahead, right? Before we get into the drill down of how we can use, let's have some of our speakers who have used ChatGPT to enhance their script. Let's listen to them. I think these are two dynamic. I know for sure Toastmaster Praneeth and Toastmaster Saptanshu, two dynamic speakers for today. And we will love to hear from both of them. So before I introduce our first speaker, let me introduce the evaluator of Toastmaster Praneeth, who is Toastmaster Aditya. Someone recently joined us in Toastmaster journey and has taken lots of roles after joining. I look forward to seeing Toastmaster Aditya playing lots of roles. And today he is evaluating Toastmaster Praneeth. Let's give a round of applause and welcome Toastmaster Aditya as evaluator. Aditya, if you could please let us know the speech objective and introduce Toastmaster Praneeth a bit.
Yes. Can you hear me, anyone? Everybody? Yes. Yeah, the level, it is the level 1. And the motto of the speech is that writing a speech with a purpose. That is, a purpose of this project is to learn our basic method for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well organized speech on any topic. Over to you, and the LOI, okay, I mean this is this thing is no, what is this presentation ministry? Over to you. What is your name? Sorry.
Aditya, this is 5 to 7 minutes, right?
Yes, yes, yes. And the speech timing is 5 to 7 minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Over to you,
much,
Vishal.
Toastmaster Aditya. Praneeth, could you please confirm if you are able to see the timing card? And can we have a quick audio video check, Toastmaster Praneeth?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Hi, Vishal. Yeah.
Yes, you are audible. Are you able to see the timing card? Background of Toastmaster?
Yeah. Green. Yeah.
Perfect. Toastmaster Praneeth, impact of AI, Toastmaster Praneeth.
Yeah. So, good morning, everyone. You must have heard the saying, necessity is the mother of invention. But that's an old saying. Right now, there's a twist to it. What we say right now is comfort is the mother of invention. Let's see how it works in our day-to-day lives. So, say, for example, you got a sudden craving to have food from your favorite restaurant. Earlier, we had to travel to that restaurant, get the food, have it, and used to come back. But right now, we got food delivery apps. You make an order, and the delivery guys will get your food delivered right to your doorstep. And cleaning your house, it can be a bit of a task, right? So right now what we have, robo vacuum cleaners. They are not widely available in India, but like they're in US and they'll pretty much soon be available here as well. And other than these two, what we have, say for example, fitness trackers. Right now, people who are going to gym, they would be just like the fitness trackers would measure how much time you're spending in gym, how many kilometers you have walked, how many steps you have walked, how many calories you have burned, how many calories you have had today. So the thing is, this technology has involved in our lives a lot, and it provides a great comfort to us. So, and this is all like a little bit old technological inventions, which we have gotten a couple of decades back. And recently, in the past few years, what we have is something called artificial intelligence or AI. So basically, the thing is, this AI can adopt, understand, and generate new content based on by analyzing the existing data. So that is the interesting thing with the AI. So it's like AI has the ability to learn just like other living beings. So in the AI as well, we have a lot of different branches, and one of the major important branch which has gained a lot of popularity recently is generative AI. You guys might have heard about it. So basically, generative AI is the type of artificial intelligence that deals with text, audio, and images. So it trains on a huge amount of data, existing data, and understand the patterns. And based on the patterns, it would use itself in generating the new content. So yeah, and ChatGPT is one of those. Since Vishal has already asked how many of you use ChatGPT, I just want to know, when you guys first came across ChatGPT and used it, how did you guys feel? Like, what went through your mind when you gave the first few prompts and saw the replies? Any of you?
It will save lots of time.
Okay, saves a lot of time.
And my first reaction was, wow, it can happen.
Yeah, exactly. That when I first used it, it kind of blew my mind. I gave it prompts and it's able to generate new jokes. I give it a situation or a context and ask you what would be a funny thing to say in this situation, and it would come up with like 5 to 6, 7 statements. This would be a good joke, and along with this, you can create emails. It does a lot of stuff. So yeah. So before ChatGPT, what was the best thing we had when it comes to AI? The voice assistants in mobile, like Siri, Alexa, Google Voice Assistant. And these used to be pretty lame. You ask them something complex and they would just say, Ki, I don't understand that, or they would just redirect you to a Google web page. But with the advancements in generative AI, for example, with the latest product ChatGPT, it has made very significant changes in a lot of things in our human life. So, for example, in my life, say, for example, I am planning for a running event after a couple of months. I can go to a ChatGPT and just say, Ki, this is the running event. This is the time I have. This is the amount of time I want to put in a week. Now give me a training plan. How many days I should run, how many days I should like do a strength training, something like that. And like you can ask ChatGPT, show it in an Excel format, and it would within just few seconds, it would just show you everything. What is the training plan, how you should train. And similarly, say for example, you got a complaint against something and you want to put a complaint to some customer care person or send a mail to the manager. Give it the text, you give it this is the mail ID, this is what I want to say. So it would just generate a huge text right from the heading. This should be the subject of the mail, this should be the content, and this should how it should end. So this, yeah. So along with this, right now we have some image processing AI services, which would create images with just a prompt. Say, for example, one of them is crayon. You go to the website and enter the prompt, something like, I want an army of chicken fighting with a huge grasshopper monster. And within seconds, it would give you an image with whatever you have entered. So the thing is, basically, these systems are able to identify what chickens are, what an army means, what does a fight means, what does a huge monster means. And like, they can put everything together and give you a picture. So since these technological advancements are going on, increasing day by day, especially in artificial intelligence, and I think we are not actually prepared for what's going to come up. So there would be a direct impact on a lot of jobs for now. So mostly, like say from the Chat GPT, which jobs can be impacted are content creators, technical writers, and accountants, and along with that, with other AI tools, we have like car drivers, supermarket vendors. All these type of people can be affected. So along with this, there is a huge negative effect on the public as well. Say, for example, right now, there is a well-known fact that the number of depression cases in students are increasing day by day. So one thing is, we have applications like Instagram, which have great artificial intelligence algorithms that would pick up on what the user is liking, what content he is watching, what content he is putting more time on. And from that, they could segregate from the existing content and show it to the user. So because of this, what's happening is people are spending more and more time on these applications, and because of that, they are getting isolated. They are not socializing with the rest of the people. So, and along with this, from the image example I have mentioned, it's a really dangerous thing that within just a prompt, you can create any image as you like. And this is a really dangerous feature, and this should not be put in any. If some wrong person has this kind of ability to do, he can create a havoc. So, in conclusion, there are a lot of significant improvements happen, and we aren't monitoring them very closely. So, what I think need to happen is that for every AI product that comes into the market, the government should deeply study it and see who can use it, who cannot use it, what would be the effect of this. So I want to conclude that we should be mindful of the challenges that AI might give us, and we have to use it very wisely. Thank you.
Let's give a round of applause for Toastmaster Praneeth. It's frankly, it's tough, when we are bringing something like artificial intelligence or any technology to a community club where people are from all walks of life, but the ability to transfer that knowledge in a mode that people will understand is brilliant. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Praneeth, for taking this difficult topic and bringing it over here. And obviously now you can have your seat as well. Now that you are done and dusted with your speech. So great job. Now, moving forward, we have our second speaker. Let me first introduce the evaluator. She is our presiding officer. I've seen her speaking and giving lots of speeches, but I think the speaker is lucky to have her as her evaluator. The introduction has already been given by Toastmaster Sankhya as presiding officer, but she's a HR by profession and someone I love to hear a lot. Let's introduce and let's give a round of applause for Toastmaster Lalita as evaluator of Toastmaster Saptamshu.
Today, my target speaker, Toastmaster Saptanshu, will be presenting his icebreaker speech. The objective of the speech is for the member to introduce himself or herself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. Timer, note the timing of the speech is 4 to 6 minutes and the topic is etiquette-phobia. Over to you, Toastmaster Vishal.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Lalita. Here's a quick question for everyone. Let's say if you have to plan a trip to Darjeeling, what will you do? Where will you search or what will be your next step?
ChatGPT.
Okay. So here's the thing, right? I mean, we can do ChatGPT, but we have someone who is hailing from Siliguri, a small town at the foothill of Himalayas. He is in our Toastmasters meeting. He will be presenting and giving his speech. So we can also talk with him and take lots of advice. And then probably if we need, we can do a ChatGPT. But he is our target speaker today, currently working as investment banker in Bangalore, coming from Siliguri, a dynamic Toastmasters, and I would love to listen to his speech. His speech title, as already mentioned by Lalita, is Etiquette-phobia. I let him explain what it means with respect to fear of what. So let's keep our ears and eyes open. And everyone, please note, this is his first speech. Let's give a standing ovation as soon as Toastmaster Saptanshu finishes his speech. Toastmaster Saptanshu, let me know if you are able to see the timer card once Arun changes it.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, and you are visible or audible as well. So
Yeah.
Toastmaster Saptanshu, etiquette-phobia, Toastmaster Saptanshu.
Yeah. So to start off with, how many of you guys know what etiquette-phobia is or etiquette-phobia is? So are any of you familiar with this word?
I think it's fear of
Fear
of getting judged by others.
It's kind of similar. Samita, you were Lalita. Sorry, Lalita, you were saying something.
Fear of speaking?
No, it's so I'll explain. So it's basically fear of failure. So it's not just a simple fear of failure. It's a fear of failure to such an extent that a person refrains from exposing himself or herself in any situation where there is even a slightest chance of rejection or failure. And this has been the story of my life for a very long time. And I only did realize it during my mid-teens. Because before that, I was the topper in my class. I would win in any sports or painting event I would participate in. So which basically meant I never faced failure till my mid-teens. But then for the first time, I faced a defeat in one of the sports event and then in one painting exhibition. And then for the first time in my life, I was not one of the top 3 rankers in my class. So when all these things happened for the first time, so I thought maybe this is very unlucky year for me. Maybe the time is not good. But then all these things happened for the second time. And then this etiquette-phobia started kicking in within me. And it was so bad that after my second or third failure, I have stopped participating in any events. So from the age, I remember from the age of 15 or 16, I stopped participating in any sports event, any painting events. And obviously I could not stop participating in class exams. So I stopped putting in any effort. Because for me, putting in effort and then not doing good was equivalent to failure. So I refrained from putting in effort, telling myself that, okay, I am not putting in effort. So if I do bad, it doesn't matter. Then I went ahead and during my class 12, so I did not even fill the form for IIT JEE exam. I did fill the form for AIEEE, but then again, I was not putting in any effort because again, the fear of failure after putting in effort would demolish my self-esteem. Then I went a step ahead and I did not even apply for any good undergraduate colleges Because again, applying in good undergraduate college means a higher chance of failure and a higher chance of rejection. I did not want to expose myself to that. So I did my pursued my undergrad from a college where I knew I had a sure shot chance of acceptance. So that is a tier 3 college from my hometown, which is Siliguri. And for your context, Vishal has already mentioned where Siliguri is. So this was 2014 when I started my undergrad. Now let's jump to 2018. So in 2018, it was 1 year after my undergrad and I was jobless. By jobless, I mean I couldn't find a single job which would even pay 20,000 rupees per month. So I applied for public sector bank clerk examination. And even I failed there as well in my first attempt. And a voice inside me started screaming that only 0.5% of the applicants pass every year. So why are you even trying to expose yourself to such harsh conditions where you have such a huge chance of failure? Then let's jump back again, come forward again to 2023, which is last year. So in 2023, I graduated from IIM Indore, which is one of the best business schools in India, with the highest package in the campus. And it was not just the highest package in the campus, it was one of the highest package any MBA graduates have received in 2023 in India. Now, the focus point here is not the highest package, but how did this transition happen? How did a person who was too afraid to even apply for IIT how did a person who was too afraid to even apply for a good undergrad college, how did a person who was too afraid, like who could not even clear a bank clerk examination, could enter into one of the best business school in India, competed with IIT graduates and graduates from top university and secured the highest package in the campus. So to explain all this thing, let's rewind back to 2018. So as I have said, in 2018, it's been 1 year after my graduation and I was jobless. And I failed in my first attempt in a bank clerk examination, public sector bank clerk examination. And I wanted to give up very badly because I did not want to put myself in that situation again where there is a very high chance of failure. But then there was another problem. The problem was I come from a lower middle class family and my dad was the only breadwinner in that family. And my dad was going to retire within the next 1 year. So even though I did not want to apply myself into such a situation, but someone had to take the responsibility of a breadwinner. So I again applied for the bank clerk examination for the second time. And fortunately, this time I succeeded. And that was my first win against Atikaphobia. Now, after that, I have put myself against harder challenges. And it's not that I have been successful at the first try, but then I did not give up. I succeeded eventually in whatever I tried after that. And every time I was successful in accomplishing something hard, a part of Atikophobia started dying in me. And today I can proudly say that I do not suffer from Atikophobia as anymore. So this speech is not sponsored by Mountain Dew, but from the last 5 years, I really believe that Dadke Aage Jeet. And to end my speech, I'll just say one line before ending my speech that if any one of you is suffering from a similar problem, and maybe it is not to such a huge extent as I suffered from, but anyone who is suffering from that, just remember that you just need to succeed one time. It doesn't matter if you fail 100 times before that, because nobody will remember your failures. And thank you. I'd like to end my speech with that.
Let's give a standing applause to Saptangshu. Thank you so much, Saptangshu. I mean, it was amazing listening to you. Obviously, when you mentioned the package, everybody would be thinking, what's the number? But yeah, jokes apart, it was brilliant. So thank you so much, Saptangshu, for sharing it. It was full of, there were lots of goosebumps movement for us, and how you have converted your fear to optimism or brought sanguinity in your lifestyle. It was something amazing. Now, moving ahead, before we jump to our table topic segment, I just want to share my screen for everybody's knowledge that what AI tool and how you can use AI tool in your Toastmaster journey as well. I hope my screen is visible. And if you open your Toastmasters homepage, right, and if you sign in, but before that, please confirm if my screen is visible and you are able to see my Toastmaster screen.
Yep. Yes, it is visible.
Perfect. So as soon as you open, right, within the homepage only, you just have to scroll down and towards here, this is the Udly tool with which Toastmasters has, a collaboration with. This is a different company altogether, led by a Indian origin US guy, but this is the company with which Toastmaster has a tie-up. So if you click it over here, it will be a single sign-on to your portal of Udly, and it will look something like this. The next browser, let me just hide the panel. Okay, hide floating panel. Okay, so this is the one. Ignore the image which they have, painted. But this was something I was trying yesterday for for this session, and I find once you record your speech, right? Let's say this was a recording I did for 6-7 minutes, and then it provides you with all the analytics based on the recognition of your speech. So it essentially converts speech to text conversion, and then it helps you do what our counter also do. For example, in my analytics, I'm able to see what are the repetitions. For example, I. And if I just go there, it will actually say at what moment I used I. This particular company. I remember where right? Currently I'm working. So it's super powerful because it will help you leverage the power of AI and incorporate it as a feedback for your speech instantaneously. So these were some of the repetition which I used while practicing, and I can just double click on it, go there, and actually, the video gets synced with the transcript, and that's something very beautiful about this particular tool. Similarly, when it comes to a counter or the repeaters, it will show. For example, if I click on wherever I have used it will highlight. Go to big four or a big three. Okay, this is and then wherever I've used it will highlight. So it makes everything much more feasible that hey, these are the pointers where I'm using the repetition and I can avoid those going forward. So I just want to showcase this power of Udly as an AI tool, which you all have a free subscription thanks to Toastmaster International and thanks to your membership account. So I would encourage everybody to explore this tool, try with a 2-3 minutes video and explore what it has to offer, the repetitions, a counter, what weak words are you using, where you can enhance by a better vocabulary, where you can be bit concise with your sentence. It also says where you are not inclusive in your speech, and you don't have to buy it, buy everything what it offers, but at least it give you a clarity on what you can do better as a orator. And in terms of delivery, it also says how was your overall video placement in front of your camera, how was your pacing, whether it's slow, fast, medium, what it is, the pauses you have taken, and again you can go to the transcript and the video will sync automatically and you will be able to analyze yourself how you can do better. How often are you smiling during your speech, because I think that's very good, right? And it also gives, hey, this guy is looking good, it means there is a good audience interactions with his smile. And then the eye contact, for me it was poor, but these are the some things which we can incorporate it in our speech, and it gives a instantaneous feedback. So I would definitely encourage everyone to please explore this tool. Going forward, it will definitely enhance your speech and tmod or ttm segment, anything which you are using. I'll take a pause if there is any questions, anything which is coming to your mind. Let just shoot it up.
Yeah, can I give one question actually? What is the text that name of it? That name.
Yodli. Yodli.
Oh, okay. It'll open when you just open the website.
As soon
Okay.
as you open your homepage, if you scroll down, you will see that Yodli and it will open up.
Okay. I can give any number of speeches.
Yeah, n number of speeches. You can record
Okay.
till 60 minutes, which is
Okay.
technically right 9 or 10 speeches, and you can erase those and you can do it again.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that's the power which I would want all of you to leverage because it's there in your hand. Now let's move on to our next segment, which is table topic segment. I have someone who is coming and hailing from Bihar, Gaya. Someone passionate about speaking, been consistent with us throughout. He is our sergeant at arms in the XCOM team as well. Very enthusiastic, and let's hear from him what he has to offer. Let's give a round of applause and welcome Toastmaster Venkatesh as our table topic master. Over to you, Venkatesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishal, for warm welcome. So, good morning, everyone. So, today I am playing the role of the table topic masters. And first, I will talk about what is table topics. Table topics is an impromptu skills which empowers every individual to become better listener, thinker. Also, it removes the fear from public speaking. And I prepared the topic in such a way that it is related to your personal views. And the timing for table topics is minimum of 1 minute and maximum of 2 minutes, and we will also get 30-second buffer time to wrap up your speech. So, starting with today's presiding officer, Lalita. Are you ready?
Yes, Venkatesh.
Yeah. Your topic is what makes you smile?
What makes me smile?
Yeah.
I'm always smiling. So I believe okay, I'm not always smiling. Of course, in office, like when there are stressful moments, I don't smile. So what makes me smiling is probably the small moments like that we come across, and if I achieved something or if something that makes me happy at that moment, I'm smiling. And in case if I have not achieved that, then again like I don't smile. And other incidents are like very small incidents, like for example, I normally plan my day. So from morning to evening, what time I wake up, what time I sleep, what I cook, everything is planned. And if everything happens as per my plan, I'm really happy that day. Even a small achievement, whatever it is, even if I have planned to prepare a report and present it, and if I have achieved that, that makes me smile. Then apart from that, when I go out for a walk, or if I see children playing, that also makes me smile, especially the small kids when they talk to each other, when I see their innocence, that also makes me smile. So there are many things that makes me smile. So these are just a few examples that I've given. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Venkatesh.
Thank you, Lalita. Please give a big round of applause to presiding officer Lalita. See how Lalita have told different ways to smile. So if anyone has difficulty in smiling, you can take advice of Lalita. So now moving to next, Tamil Ashram. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I hope you can.
Yeah. Your topic is what has life taught you in recent years?
Okay. So, to give a brief about myself, so you can see my name is Tamil Arasan. And to say, I don't know Tamil actually. I was born and brought up in Andhra Pradesh. I studied Telugu and we speak Tamil at home. And apart from that, so I don't know writing and I didn't know reading as well. All we did was like only speaking Tamil at home, and apart from that, I used to read, speak in Telugu only. And then I moved to Chennai, so I started learning reading and writing, little bit of writing Tamil. And then for my work, I moved to Bangalore. So here I learned a little bit of Kannada and some Hindi as well. And I can see, so we do have like many problems around us. And if you, I have traveled many places around, I mean like around some 7 to 8 countries. And if we look at India, like other people will think that there are too many problems. And if we see inside India, and if we are in India, and if we can look into the surroundings, like we can see that we do not have any problems. So how someone can live with such environment? So that keeps me motivated and going actually. And at one point of time, I thought of like I need to move out of India, but now I feel like I should stay here. I'm really happy to be in India actually. Thank you.
Thank you, Tamil Samita. Give a big round of applause to Tamil Asra. So next is Nikila. Are you ready, Nikila?
Yes, Venkatesh.
Yeah. Your topic is: do you think crying is a sign of weakness or strength?
Okay. Um, is crying a strength of weakness or strength? I would think that there's different ways in which people express emotions. Uh, it can be positive, it can be frustration, it can be sadness. So crying need not necessarily be a sign of sadness. It can also be happy. People do express happiness in the form of tears as well. So I don't think that crying would be a sign of weakness. I would actually think that if someone is very strong and very balanced in their emotions, then they really don't have much to hide, and they're free to express their emotions as and when they feel they need to. So I would think that there's a lot of confidence and there's a lot of self-assuredness that's required in order to be able to express your feelings openly, regardless. So if that's crying, then so be it. But I don't think that that is a sign of weakness. And I think that's actually a sign of sanguinity. So yeah, that's what I think. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikla. Please give a big round of applause to Nikla. Next one is Toastmaster Amol.
Sure.
Your topic is: what gets you excited about life?
What excites me about life is learning.
Yes.
So throughout my journey of my education and professional life, I feel we are a student and we will be student throughout our life. We will be learning lot of new aspects of our life every day. So for example, when I started cooking, I don't know how to cook. I don't know how to prepare tea also. It was started from basic. So my first step was to learn how to boil water and how to prepare tea. From that, I have started. And I am proud of myself that I can cook meal for myself. I can eat properly. So that's the big achievement for me. And it's continuous process of learning. Cooking uh, gives me three major learnings: have patience, be skillful, and try something new that gives you happiness and enjoy while you eat food. Apart from that, it helps me in my professional life also. When I am dealing with some assignments, it I am very passionate and I am now patient. I have patience also to do the work and to complete the task. That's how life gives us various chances to learn the new aspects of our life. Thank you and over to you.
Thank you Amol, for the intake. Round of applause to Toastmaster Amol. So this is the table topics. Now I hand back baton to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Vishal.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Venkatesh. Let's have a round of applause for Toastmaster Venkatesh for these exciting topics. Moving ahead, let's jump to our feedback segment. And for that, I would like to invite our general evaluator, Toastmaster Abhishek, to lead this particular segment.
Thank
Toastmaster
you.
Abhishek,
Oh,
yeah, the stage is yours.
thank you, Toastmaster Vishal. And let's start the third part of the Toastmaster. So for that, I would like to call our first evaluator for the speaker, Parneet. So first evaluator, I think it's not named.
Toastmaster Aditya.
Yeah, Toastmaster Aditya. It was not named, I think. Yeah. So over to you, Toastmaster Aditya.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, Puneet is there, right? Yeah, I just want to share his feedback. Wait a second. I will share his feedback just now. Okay, where is it? Yes. Can anyone see the thing? Okay, can anyone see it?
No, you have to call out the feedback, Aditya. You should not show it.
Okay, sure. Okay, yes. Okay, I will not show it. Okay, Puneet, I will say the positives and the negatives. I will do in the two segment. Positive was, the topic was fantastic. That is artificial intelligence, and it is in the present where India needs more of artificial intelligence. And he gave various examples, and that was very good. And his structure was quite good and with a positive intake. And one thing I can say of his negatives is too much of handshakes, and also he's speaking too fast. Little bit of the modulation is very important, uh, because and also I think he's more of prepared. And one thing I can tell him that you can smile more and more smile. If you give, it will be better, and it will also give the impact on everybody. And plus, I can say one good thing I can say is that he also engage the audience and try to involve everybody. So I think this was a very good speech overall, but little bit of improvement in is the distance of the, what can I say, the speed of the speech, and too much of handshaking, and the expression, that is face expression. If you give a little bit of smile, it was like quite serious. If you give little bit of joy type, it would be fantastic. And that's it about my evaluating.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya, and I agree with your points. In addition to that, I would just like to add 2 or 3 additional points that you can work more on the voice modulation, eye contact, and structure your speech. Like first point, some example; second point, some example; third point, fourth point, some example, and then summarize. So that will have a more impact to the entire audience. They will able to correlate. So overall, it was a very wonderful speech. You came up with a lot of example, different things, which I also liked. So next time you can just structure your speech. And with that, I would like to move on to our next evaluation, who is, I think it's not named. So next evaluator, please.
Yeah, I'm the
Yeah, okay.
evaluator for
Yeah, it was
this.
not named. Okay, so much later. Yeah.
So first of all, I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Saptanshu for giving this icebreaker speech. So the speech objective was you had to introduce yourself to the club, and also to understand the basic structure of a public speech, which was met. And the title of the speech was Etiquephobia. So you gave various examples of what is etiquephobia, like you said what is the meaning of it, and also you gave various examples. And most of the examples that you gave were all personal examples, so everyone could relate to this very easily. And you kept the audience engaged by asking questions, like because etiquephobia is like not all of them are familiar what it means, and you also told what is the meaning of what it actually means. And and it was very structured, so all that incidents what you said, like everyone could relate very easily to that. And even though this was your first speech, it didn't look like your first speech. You're very confident and you're very comfortable, and you're maintaining eye contact with everyone. And so even at the end, like the way you concluded was also good. Like you gave all the stories and you said, it's okay. Like, I mean, everyone would not have gone through this, but you gave an example, like how you overcame your failure. So that was good. And the areas of improvement are like you are very fast at times, like we couldn't understand what you're speaking. So you're very fast. So that could be because like we become very fast. Like when we are nervous and we just want to end that speech. So then you become fast. So you are fast. So I do understand this is your icebreaker speech, but this is just a suggestion so that you can incorporate this in your upcoming speeches. And also like your hands were clasped few times. So this also happens like when you have the fear. So next time just keep it in your mind, like you can just leave your hands free. So these are all the signs of nervousness, speaking fast and keeping your hands clasped. Otherwise, a wonderful speech. So I wish you all the best for your upcoming speech. And I'm not telling anything about the body language or the voice modulation because I understand it was your first icebreaker speech. Even though it was your icebreaker speech, you're like very confident. So thank you and all the best for your upcoming speeches.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lalita. And I totally agree with Toastmaster Lalita. And what a wonderful speech, as it was icebreaker speech, but it looked like that you've already given 2 or 3 speeches. So kudos to you. So next we'll move to our tag team. So I'd like to call our timer, Toastmaster Arun. Yeah. So what do you, Toastmaster Arun?
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Abhishek. So I will share my screen. Is my screen visible?
Still not. Yeah, now it's visible. Yeah.
Okay. So the speaker was like the first speaker actually. So we can see that this is the actuals. He took around 8 minutes 3 seconds. And evaluator Aditya, he took 2 minutes 7 seconds. Saptanshu took 5 minutes 48 seconds. And evaluator Lilitha took 2 minutes 32 seconds. On the table topic side, Lilitha took 1 minute 19 seconds. Kamalarishan 1 minute 49 seconds. Nigila 1 minute 25 seconds. And Amod 1 minute 38 seconds. Thank you. Over to you, Abhishek.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Arun. And next, I would like to call our counter. I think, yeah, Toastmaster Samita.
Yes, I'll just be sharing my screen. Can you see it? Is it visible?
Yeah.
Okay. So, as we can see, today, the crux word like and was used quite frequently. Again, the word so and these were also used. I'll be pasting it in the chat box. Please go through, be mindful, and I hope that next time we will try, all of us will try, and we will reduce the number of crux words that we are using. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Samita. And next, I would like to call our grammarian, Toastmaster Sakshi. So what you, Toastmaster Sakshi?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Just let me know when my screen is visible, please.
Yeah.
See my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I have divided today's assessment into 3 parts. I'll be first talking about the good usage of words that we saw today, along with the name of the Toastmasters. So some of the good usage of the words that we saw today were something like mindful of the challenges by Toastmaster Praneeth. And then thank you, Toastmaster Saptanshu, for first of all introducing us to a new word, atisophobia. Besides that, there's something something like expose self to harsh conditions that you used, which was I felt was a really good usage of the words. And Toastmaster Vishal for using the word leverage. There were quite some words that Toastmaster Nikhila used. Self-assuredness, obedient, balanced in their emotions. And besides that, words and phrases such as passing the baton and clasped, those were the words which were used, which I felt were really good. Besides that, if we are talking about the areas of improvement that we could see in some words, I've not named who said what over here, just certain suggestions and the incorrect usage that I saw. So rather than repeating the word, putting in effort again and again, we could say something like working towards it or giving it my all. Rather than saying there is any questions, just a simple singular plural suggestion, there are questions. And then there was a mention of taking advice off. Rather than that, we should be saying that taking advice from, or we could probably use another word phrase altogether, like consult with. And for certain past incidents, don't know was used and have was used. So we should be using didn't know and had in those situations. Rather than saying structure was quite good, it's better to say something like well structured, and giving an impact, give an impact on. Besides, instead of that, we could just say that the situation had an impact, or situation impacted us. And thank you, Toastmaster Vishal and Nikhila, for using the word of the day, sanguine, today. That will be my all. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sakshi. And please give a round of applause to our tag team members. So with that, I would like to move on to the general proceedings, like how the meeting went and what are the areas of improvement. So overall, I think I'll start off with Sergeant at Arms. So Sankhya, as usual, everything started on time, and he explained everything, and he was perfect. Everything, nothing, no areas of improvement. So I think it was to the point and everything done. Wonderfully done. Yeah. So kudos to you, Sankhya. Next, we have Toastmaster Lalita as a PO. So she also, as experienced Toastmaster, wonderfully done. Everything was to the point and precisely done. So kudos to you. Moving on, next, Toastmaster of the day. So Toastmaster Vishal came up with how AI meets Toastmaster. And that was explained clearly with examples how you can utilize Udly and different things about the AI. That was wonderfully done, and he printed different examples also. So kudos to you, Toastmaster Vishal, for explaining everything, all the details and key points. Next, I think we had Table Topic Master. So Table Topic Master Venkatesh, he started on time with the theme. So the one thing which I missed was he could have explained table topics and brief about table topics, what happens. So one thing he missed, that he could have worked on that later on. Apart from that, everything he came up with new topics, that was wonderfully done, and kudos to him also. Yeah, Toastmaster Venkatesh. And next, I think apart from that, overall meeting, tag team members, everyone, they presented everything as usual, and it was wonderfully done. But one thing, just evaluation, I had to search for evaluator, so that I think we can improve, so that I don't need to search who is the evaluator. So that was one point. And with that, I would like to end the part 3 of the Toastmaster, and I would like to hand over to Timod of the day. So what to you, Toastmaster Vishal?
Let's give a round of applause for Toastmaster Abhishek, our general evaluator, and his tag team partners for wonderfully putting their effort. I cannot help but feel sanguine about this meeting and how each of us are playing their roles and leveling up in terms of taking new roles. So we had icebreakers today. We also had a Toastmaster Aditya taking the evaluator role. So lots of new learnings, new faces, and new responsibilities. So that's something amazing to witness. And people are using AI tools and the power of technology in their speech. And now probably with Udly, you will be able to explore it more. So, I mean, something amazing about this overall meeting. Let's have a quick group pick before we jump to our masterclass by Toastmaster Samita. Let's have a group pick and then we can quickly cascade it to our masterclass. I would request Shakshi if you can also switch on your video camera if it is possible so that we can have a group pick together. Toastmaster Sankhya, will you be able to help us? Okay. So now, okay. So let's have our emoticons, etc. 3, 2, 1. Done. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sankhya. Now let's move to our next segment, which is our Rockstars program. Today, the title of this session is Art of Crafting a Speech. And I'm really glad that this is being taken by our club level champion, area level champion, now representing our club at division level, none other than Toastmaster Samita. Let's give a round of applause and welcome Toastmaster Samita for the masterclass on art of crafting a speech. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishal, for such a warm welcome. I would love today's session to be an interactive one where I'll be asking you and we will together learn the craft of how to go about an impromptu speech. Let me start by asking you, why do you need to speak impromptu? Do we really need to speak impromptu?
In order to hold a conversation with any person at a go. So
yeah, holding a conversation.
Even without context.
Yes.
I think impromptu also gives us like we just get that topic. We just need to think in maybe 30 seconds, 15 to 30 seconds, structurize your thoughts and then deliver it, right? So within the timeline, I think that's really gives us a little push to do stuff, and then that will help us.
We'll
And
start thinking about
yeah,
it.
and also it will improve the organization of the speech, and people can understand what you speak.
Okay, correct. People will understand. Now, impromptu in Toastmasters, if we talk, is about a table topic section. In life, do we need impromptu speech?
These days, with the interviews that the social media influencers hold, someone can just come and get a hold of you and you have to give an impromptu speech over there. So I think the application is there.
Okay. Interesting thing. An interesting thing. Yes. Where else do we speak impromptu? Yes,
Yeah, even in our organizational setup or in, let's say, lift, right, where you have an opportunity to talk with your CEO and you both are in lift, and that 30 seconds of small talk could be your moment of impression, and that's why the thought of impromptu should be always in our mind what we should speak about.
Yes, thank you so much. We, throughout a day, we are speaking impromptu. Let it be in our office where we are looking at our colleagues. Let it be your boss. Let it be your presentation, or let it be as a team leader or as a team member. Whenever we need to talk, always we do not have the time to prepare and come. We need to talk then and there. That is the time when impromptu becomes very important. How do we practice it? Of course, Toastmasters is there. When we are coming to this impromptu speech, we first think, are we responding to a question? When are we speaking? Are we responding to someone asking us something? Are we responding to a comment? Or is someone requesting us something? Or am I trying to make a point? That is where I have to think and say what is correct at that moment. Of course, as you have mentioned, job interview, yes, that is very much important, or in a social context. And speech, which you have to finish within that 15-20 seconds with your boss, maybe, about a project, maybe. How very quickly you can organize your thought and how quickly can you express yourself, not only clearly, confidently, and whatever is in your mind, the points that you have in your mind, that you are giving. It should not be that you have spoken and then later you feel, oh my God, I didn't speak the most important thing that was in my mind. So, to enhance your speaking in your day to day life, what do we need to do? We need to practice it. And what best way can it be than starting off with our why? First, we need to know our why. Why do we need to be good in speaking impromptu? When that why is there, then our desire to practice becomes much more important to us. And we put in that effort to learn to speak impromptu. For every action in our life, if our why is very clear, then our desire to do that improves. It becomes a force which prompts us to go ahead and practice that impromptu speaking. Can anyone tell me a quick check on, has it ever happened that you wanted to speak and you couldn't speak and you missed an opportunity? Has that ever happened? Can you share with us?
Yeah, there multiple times, maybe especially as Vishal mentioned some time back. Sometimes when we meet maybe a PM or a senior member and then they ask something, that's why they call it as elevator pitch. Maybe we'll get that 15 seconds, 30 seconds, that's what we'll get. And they'll ask something which is critical, but as you are mentioning, Samita, the important critical point will miss and all other things we will discuss. And it happened multiple times, and then that's really a miss. Seriously, we lose the I mean, like the chance to actually real pitch, right? Right.
One moment that you feel that you need to do, and when you can't do that is where you feel very frustrated with yourself. Now, what do we need to do not to be frustrated? What do we need to do that we can go and speak? Is what is required for an impromptu speech. What do we need to do? Now, for an impromptu, whether it's a question or a topic, what we need is first we need to develop our critical thinking. We need to have that thought process in what is important at that moment to speak. That critical thinking is necessary. Second is you need creativity. It is not that every time that you are coming, you will have everything in your mind. You need to be creative in how you are responding. Third, of course, is your communication skills. If your communication skills are good, you are not fishing out for whether my grammar is correct or not, whether my words are correct or not, whether this word is applicable, your vocabulary is good. Then your speaking becomes much easier. To adapt to different situations, who is the audience? Whom are you talking to? What is the topic that you're talking? If these things are there, then you can adapt your speaking to different situation. It's a boss, how do I need to speak? It's my junior, how do I need to speak? It's a Toastmaster, how do I need to speak? So with that thought process, with that critical thinking in your communication, you can go along with your impromptu speech. And believe me, impromptu is quite easy when you have the structure in place, when you know what to speak. For impromptu speaking, let me get an answer. What do you think is most important? Because we can't know everything under the sun. All topics we will not be able to know. So what is most important in impromptu? Yes, who will tell me?
I think articulation is important. What you want to
Articulation.
deliver.
Yes, it is important. Then
To convey the key points.
key points, important. Anything else? First and foremost, to get rid of the fear of impromptu. The moment someone asks us something which we are not prepared, immediately our brain says, no, 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 you can't do it. That is the first reaction we have. What will I speak? How will I speak? I may make a mistake. Come on. First, remove that fear. Why you should remove the fear is that if you look at your daily life, 95% of the time we are speaking impromptu. 95% of the time. It's only 5% of the time that we prepare ourselves to go and speak. Otherwise, most of the time impromptu speaking. Now that 95%, if we can enhance, obviously our lives will be better. We will be in a better position to control the things around us. as Toastmaster Lalita said, that I prepare everything and then I keep on going one by one. Similarly, we can prepare ourselves to speak impromptu by first removing the fear. Second, to take some time to think what to say. What do we want to say? Take a few quick seconds to think. And then third, speak it out. Remember, will we make mistakes? Can we make mistakes? We will make. Will the sky fall down? No. If I am aware of what I want to speak and how I want to speak, and then I go back and analyze on how could I have spoken better. With 2 or 3 practices, I will definitely become better. So first I need to remove the fear. Second, I need to speak. Third, I need to analyze what I have spoken and how I have spoken. And fourth, work on what I need to do better. These are the few things that we have to keep in mind when we are talking of impromptu speaking. Now, what will happen if I speak well in impromptu? One, I asked you what is a disaster that has happened. Tell me, if you can really speak well, what will happen?
You're able to impress people.
You're able to impress people. Yes, all the people who are of impressionable ages, you can impress the other sex by speaking really good and nice and have the moment. Yes, you can. And
Feel confident.
feel very confident. Definitely. You're very confident because any place you go, you know you can manage to speak and you can manage to hold your own in that space. What else? People
The
look at
value we want to communicate, like I think it's already mentioned, but the value which there's something value which you added to the other person, right? What is if you clearly communicate, like if you're successful in that.
We can do that.
Self, we can enhance our self-esteem because we are saying what we want to say rather than holding up on that and then later regretting that we have not spoken and the meeting is over in entire 1 hour. We have not spoken. That self-esteem will go up.
Your self-esteem goes up because you're sure that yes, I can speak. I can hold my own in this space and I can speak what I am thinking about. Now, when we are confident that yes, we can speak, what happens is once self-esteem goes up, we are very clear in our thought process. We are saying what we want to say and people look up to us. That is something which we all like, that people will look up to us. They will call us to speak something. They will tell us that, yes, please go ahead and please explain this point or please do this presentation because they know that we can do it. They will tell us. And in a situation, if sometimes it becomes very tense or there is some misunderstanding, if you have the ability to inject some humor in it, you have the ability to put in some other perspective in it, immediately the whole situation diffuses. And you can be that leader who can utilize different positions, different places, different situations to your advantage. Imagine as a leader, you can diffuse situation, you can solve interpersonal relation and make the team a cohesive team to work together. Will people love you as a leader? Imagine you are speaking in a presentation, you have made it very well, everything ready, and due to some technical glitch, the current goes off, the PPT is not working. Doesn't it always happen? Your presence of mind, those 2 minutes, if you turn that into something which other people in the room, they are present, it is something part of your presentation, but you can speak it out without waiting for the PPT for those 2-3 minutes, whatever minute it takes for the technical glitch to get over. Or say something really funny where everyone laughs, the situation diffuses, and by the time everything gets over, you continue with your presentation. Don't you think those moments are extremely important? And to prepare for those moments, what we need to do, we need to know how to speak, what to speak. That is what impromptu is all about. I would love you all to go and list down what are the situations you feel you will be better at if you know and you practice impromptu speaking. Make a list of 3-4 situations where you feel you can. Why I'm asking you to make this situation or a list of these situations are, when you prepare in your mind, one, your fear factor goes down, that okay, in these places I will try. Second, when you are preparing in your mind, you are also preparing what can I say. So something is there in your mind when you are speaking. You are not so frightened. You are a little bit confident that yes, this can happen. I can speak. I have thought about it. And it becomes easier for you to speak. Of course, it will take practice, but then it is a start. Somewhere it is a start. Next comes how to practice impromptu speaking. Now, we are a lucky group of people sitting here because we have Toastmasters to speak. Every time there is a table topic, we have the ability to speak. Other than Toastmaster, where can we practice impromptu?
Home.
Home, okay. How will
Friends
you?
or colleagues.
Colleagues.
Colleagues. Do we need to make an effort to speak or to learn to speak? Do we need to make an effort?
Yep.
Yes.
Nothing in this life comes without effort. There's no 2 minutes noodles in this world. So we need to make an effort to speak. We can identify areas, definitely. Your home space is an area, your colleagues are an area, your workspace is an area. You identify where you can practice your speech. Now, the moment you start identifying areas, you can, if you are just a beginner, you can always give them questions and ask them to ask you those, and you can answer them as you feel is correct. You can give them situations and you can ask, like how we are doing table topics. Similarly, you can ask them with some other set of questions. Please ask me, I'll be answering those questions. This is one form. Best form is come to Toastmasters, join Toastmasters and do your table topic session, because you get a topic, immediately you think what to speak on those topic, and then one person may be answering the table topic. All of us can go back and think in our mind what we can speak about in the table topic. We can do this, but how will we do? We need a structure to it, right? If we don't have a structure, how will we remember what we can do? So I'm giving you a small acronym. PREP. P-R-E-P. PREP. We all know that in table topics, what do? We have an introduction, then there is a body, and in the end, we do a conclusion. It's as simple as that. Now, what does PREP do? First, make the point clear in your opening statement. You are for the topic, you don't agree to the topic, you have an opinion in the topic, make it clear. Like if I say, AI is here to steal jobs, this is my topic. Okay, now, Saptang should tell me, what is that one point that you want to start off with?
So, so I would like to start off by saying, like, by agreeing that there is a high chance that it might happen, but it is highly unprobably, and I might give some examples that is why it is not going to happen in the close future. So,
Okay, no, only one point. I'm just asking the opening statement. Opening statement. You're saying, yes, AI might steal jobs. Then you can go for the body, is different. So, first itself, you are giving us an opening statement that, yes, I agree to this point, which is very important when we have a short time in our hand. Because when you say agree, people will start listening to you. Okay, you're agreeing. Why are you agreeing? If someone wants to disagree, who wants to disagree? You Yes, Vishal, what will you say?
It can steal hours, but it cannot steal or steal human from the cycle. So my answer is B.
See, anyone else wants to go for the starting point? Yes, Nikhila?
So I disagree because there is a certain type of job that might get eliminated, but there are new jobs that are getting created in the process.
Yes. See, three people, three different opening statements. Immediately, you get an idea what they are about to speak. So my concentration would be, okay, you agree, let me listen to you. You are disagreeing, let me listen to what point you have to say. So first, make your point clear in the opening statement itself. Next, R. R is reason. Why have you made this point? Now, in reasoning, one can be your opinion. I feel so. One can be a research on that topic shows. It can be statistics, or it can be anything that adds credibility to it. Like when you talk of AI, it needs some research, it needs some statistics. But if I say it's raining outside, what would you do? Step out or step in? It's raining outside, what would you do? Yes, who will answer this table topic? If you say, I want to step in, why? The reason,
May I answer?
yes, Aditya.
Yes, you're saying it's raining outside. I love to step outside the rain because it gives me the freshness and shower. I like to get wet, and plus, whenever I'm in a very and sleepy mood, I will go outside and get wet in the rain. I understand my childhood memories where you get wet, you play, and you come here and get scoldings that okay, you're getting wet and you're getting feverish. But that is something where it feels the joy and the confident.
Yes.
I love rain actually.
Everything that he has said is his opinion. It's his opinion. It doesn't need any research. It doesn't need any statistics. It's your opinion which you are putting forth. If someone says, I want to stay back at home, can anyone speak on that?
Yeah, I'd like to speak about that. So
Yes.
yeah, I would step in during a rain because if you so your pants become dirty when you're walking in the rain, your mud sticks to your feet, and then your feet feels itchy, and I don't like all these feelings. And also, I don't like to get sick in a normal random day because I have to do a lot of things. So it's better for me to get inside and enjoy a cup of tea or a samosa and a pakoda rather than getting into the mud and getting my feet and hands itchy and my body itchy and getting a fever. So yeah.
Absolutely correct. That is his opinion. Now, when we are talking, we can have our own opinion. As both of the participants said, each one gave their reason for liking or not liking. I don't want to go out because my feet get dirty, my pants get dirty, and I don't like it. I would rather sit and have a hot cup of tea and pakoda with it. Aditya, on the other hand, said, okay, I like going out because I like getting wet. So the moment you make a point, the second thing is you have to give the reason for the point. And the reason has to be in sync with what you have made in the first place. If you're saying that I love rains, I love going out and getting wet, and then you can't say, but my pants get dirty and that is not what I like. You cannot contradict. Why? Because while you are contradicting in that 2 minutes, it is very difficult for you to explain these two opposing points. So it is a good idea to take only one point and speak on that. In this reasoning, we can also add a story to it. We can add any story that we have heard, we have read, and make it our own, or we can tell a story which has happened with us. We can also add a story where I am the hero of the story, or a story where someone else is the hero of a story. If I say something like, and then the lights went off. Elaborate on that. Who wants to go? This is a table topic. And then the lights went off.
This could be a reference to the stage play, basically the play coming to an end and the lights went off and the curtains were closed.
Yes. Yes. Creative idea. I can say that the play ended. That's where the lights went off. What else can you say?
A story that comes to my mind, in the hostel, lights went off, everyone was screaming, and suddenly the
Hostel
lights was up, and I was just next to the
Yes.
disciplinary committee member.
Yes.
That
So you can talk of a play. You can talk of a hostel room. You can talk of something spooky. Something happened, something ghost, something. You can also say that I was in an unknown place, in an unknown city, and then the lights went off. All creative ideas are correct. All creative ideas are correct, and you can build up on the story that you are saying. I was in such a place, my friend was in such a place, or the play came to an end. You can make anyone the hero of your story and speak about a story. Be mindful of one fact. When we start telling our own story, we tend to add too many elements to it. When we have 1 minute for speaking a story, it's good to have one point and you elaborate on that one point. That will be easier for you to speak. And those who are listening, they will have that one single point to keep in their mind. And you can come to a conclusion much faster, much easier. The next point is PR. What was P? Who will tell me what was P? The point to be made. R was a reason. E is an example. You can give any example. Like you're speaking to your boss on a lift about a project. What example can you give? Can you give an example? You're with your boss. You have that 1 minute time in the lift and you have to speak. What can you speak about? It's some project which has gone. You can speak about what difficulty you faced and how you solved it. You can speak about it was something had come up. You all needed more time, but you all still managed to finish it within the time frame. Something where you can give a reason and how you have solved it. Quick, 30 seconds to 45 seconds, you can use that. And the end is, again, the starting point that you have made should come back in the conclusion part. When you have said about the rain that I went out, you say everything why you went out. And in the conclusion, you have to say that that's the reason I felt so good about the rain. That's the reason that made my day. And for days together, I'll be thinking about it and feeling happy and satisfied inside because I went out in the rain. It has to close the loop of what you have started. If you have started with a spooky story, or then the play ended, the screens went down, then you give your reason of why you want or why you love that play, and when the screen went down, how you were disappointed, you wanted the play to go on for a little while more, and certain things were there in your mind when you were walking back, and when the darkness of the screen made me think that these are the realities of life. You close the loop of what you have started. Why is that important? Because as a listener, you have your thought process in your mind, but as a listener, the person needs to know what you're speaking about, all the reasons, and then closure, a conclusion of what you have to say. Then your impromptu speaking becomes very, very powerful. Do we make mistakes in this? What are the common mistakes that we make? Common mistakes that we make in impromptu is because it is there in our head, we assume the people know it. We assume. Like I once said, it's once in a century that such a occasion comes. I was speaking of Corona. Now, the person said that it's not once in a century. You should say it's once in a lifetime. I said, no, it's once in a century. Where did we go wrong? I was speaking once in a century, an epidemic occurs. It is usually in the 20s. In 1920, also there was an epidemic. In 1820, also there was an epidemic. In 1720, also there was an epidemic. In my mind, because I have discussed it elsewhere, it was once in a century to me. Did I give the context? No, I didn't give the context. I expected the other person to know, which was wrong. I was completely wrong. So when the person said it's once in a lifetime, I said no. Then he said that you are speaking of Corona. I said yes, in not Corona as a disease, but Corona as an epidemic, where everyone was affected. That is plague in 19th century. Before that, there was some fever in 18th century, and before that in 17th, it was something else. So if we don't give proper context to what we are speaking, then the speech, what you are saying and what the others are understanding, there is a gap between. We have to be mindful that if we are speaking of something very specific, we need to give the context of what we are speaking. Last point is that impromptu speaking can only become better by using what? Let me get the answer from you all. How can it become better? Now we have spoken of impromptu, how to speak, what the acronym and everything. How can we become better?
Adding humor.
Adding humor will definitely enhance your impromptu. Humor is a very big part. If you can have it, you can nail it most of the time. Yes.
By adding personal
Enthusiasm.
stories.
Okay.
By adding stories. Okay. Yes.
Showing the enthusiastic way of giving and smiling every time and during the speech so that they get attracted.
Yes. All these are correct. But the quickest way to enhance your speaking ability is to evaluate. When you evaluate, that is the time you come to know where all you can do better. Evaluation is the quickest way, because when we are speaking, we always speak to our best of our ability. What is our current situation? Best to our ability, we are speaking. But the moment we get an evaluation on our speeches, we then understand where we can do better. What are the things that we can enhance? What are the things we need to delete? So evaluation is a very, very important step in enhancing your impromptu speeches. What you can do is ask someone whom you trust to keep on giving a feedback. In our Toastmasters session, we don't have an evaluation for table topics, but you can self-evaluate. Like, have you spoken for 30 seconds or 1 minute or 1.5 minute, or you are going for 3 minutes or 4 minutes? Are you within that time frame? Did you start an opening sentence with giving the point that you have to give? Did you give your reason or your statistics or your research? Did you close the loop? Have you given a proper solid conclusion to the point? Now, these 4 points can be self-evaluated. If you are comfortable, you can ask one of your friends to do the evaluation for you, or you can ask someone whom you look up to, that yes, this person has a very good sense of doing an impromptu. Let me ask for help. So evaluation is again a very, very important step. We should know why we are doing the impromptu, how our lives will change if we are good at impromptu. What can we add in impromptu? What are the 4 points that we can add? And evaluate ourselves to elevate ourselves. The more we evaluate, the more we elevate ourselves. how to push ourselves. Next is we have evaluated, we have done, I know I have come to a certain level. How do I push myself further? How can we push ourselves to do even better? In club meetings, yes, fine. You are taking table topic. How do you push yourself?
Use any opportunities, whatever we are getting. Maybe as I mentioned, sometime
Yes.
in office or with colleagues or at home with friends, wherever.
Volunteering and saying, yes, I want to do, I want to go, to push yourself. And the best way to push is take part in all the contests that takes place. Because whenever there is a contest, you know there are people who have all prepared and come. So you force yourself to prepare. And when you prepare and you go, there are two results. One, when you speak, you feel, okay, this is quite good. I have done pretty well. This is not what I thought. Or you will feel, I need to work a little more on myself. These are the two things that you will get. So don't worry about the results, but push yourself to take part in different competitions. In Toastmasters, even outside, if you get, go participate. The more you participate, the more confident you become in every time that you have to speak out. This is a skill that needs to be polished. We are all diamonds. We are diamonds, but we need to polish ourselves to shine like a diamond. So that push that you are giving yourself is the shining part. And the shining and grinding is never easy. It is difficult, but the result is often astonishing. So I hope all of you will try and shine yourself, grind yourself, and become the shining gems that you all are. Any questions? Yes. If there are no questions, I take silence to be very positive. Yes, Nikhila.
So, especially when it comes to impromptu speeches, I always keep thinking about one aspect that it's very easy for us to move in different tangents when we start talking because we get carried away with either the story or something along those lines. But with an impromptu speech where we may not necessarily have prepared content, regardless of where we are speaking, how do we come back and center ourselves to the topic that we need to be talking on?
Keep the 4 things that I have said in your mind. First, make the point. Second, give the reason why you have made the point. Third, you add, if you can, add a story. And fourth, have a conclusion in closing the loop. So now in a point, you keep in your mind, this you need to practice a little, but you have this 2 minutes time frame and divide it accordingly. Usually it is, the first 15 seconds you make your point, and next 1 minute you take to tell the reason, add a story, and then the last, again, 15 seconds you have a conclusion. So if you have this time frame in your mind, so the moment it is 1 minute, you stop. You go towards the conclusion.
Thank you.
Welcome.
What is the exact? You mentioned like prep, right? Like what is the exact the
Acronym.
means? Yeah.
Yes, it is prep.
Yeah. What is that? A P is like a point to be made, and then
Yes.
we
R
are
is
the reason.
reasoning.
Okay.
Yes. E is an example.
Example. Okay.
And last P is for the point once more to close the loop.
Okay. Got it. Makes sense. Thank you.
Yes. Any other questions? Okay. So as I said before, no answers means everything was really superb. That is how I take it.
One quick question, ma'am. But
Okay.
this question is mainly from the professional setup, and I think all of us come across this. So, for example, I'm meeting the head of my team. Let's say I'm in a strategy team. I'm meeting the head of strategy team, and this is the first time I'm meeting. I don't have any background, anything as such. So, how to start the conversation when I don't have any background, nothing as such, but still how to converse for the first time? Any tips on that?
See, first, it's best to start with a greeting. That breaks the ice. Okay. Even if you don't know anything about that person, as a human being, always go with a positive frame of mind that he is a wonderful human being. You do not need to praise him or talk about him. You can just greet him and then talk about what you have come for. First is make the point. Why have you come and met him? What's the reason? You want something from him. In conclusion, what can he do for you or what will you do for him? Keep these three things: a greeting, why have you come? What's the reason you're searching for him or why you want to talk to him? And what do you want? You want to do for him or he has to do for you? Have these three things clear in your mind and talk. Because first time when you're meeting a person, the person is also aware that you don't know him. He will also be interested in only what work you have. And during the course of the conversation, if you come to know him or some points crops up, then you can take it from there. Any other, like Praneeth is off camera, Sakshi is off camera, Amut is off camera, Aditya is off camera. Do you all have anything to ask?
No, ma'am. Pretty comprehensive session. Thanks.
Welcome, dear.
No.
Okay, thank you. So, with this, I will be concluding this session. Hope you all enjoyed it. I would love to have feedback on what I can do better. As I said, evaluate and elevate. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Samita, for this wonderful session. Let's give a round of applause for Toastmaster Samita. It takes a lot of courage to come prepared and to help and share our own knowledge with others, right? So thank you so much. Heartfelt thanks, Toastmaster Samita. Now I would like to hand over the stage back to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Lalita.
Guest Anikila, would you like to share your experience?
I think as every session, I always have some takeaways. This time around, I've taken note of prep, and I'm definitely going to keep working this in my mind every time I talk. But otherwise, it was very interesting to see how Gen AI was integrated in Toastmasters. This was something I wasn't aware of, although subconsciously, even I use ChatGPT to help with my speeches. It never occurred to me that I could use it as a formal platform for enhancing my speeches. So that was an interesting takeaway for me. And of course, as always, thank you for this session. I had a wonderful time. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikila. Guest Tamilarasan, would you like to share your experience?
Yeah, it was a great session. And as Nicholas said, using of AI in Toastmaster. So I always used to think of how AI can be used in every aspect or in every field actually. So today through Vishal, I came to know something new, how AI can leverage using speaking actually in Toastmaster, using it in Toastmaster, how we can leverage this technology in speaking. And overall, it was a very good session. And thanks, Samitaji, for the prep actually. It was something new to me. And yeah, I know for every speech, whether it is an impromptu or normal regular speech, we should have a point to make it clear and the context and the ending. So, and again, you gave a name to that prep, which I will always keep in mind. Yeah, thanks for that. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you for sharing your experience. Yes, Vishal.
No, I think I was just giving a thumbs up to.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So with this, I declare meeting number 360 to be closed. Thank you, everyone. Have a great Sunday.
Thank you.
Vishal, I would like to tell you about AI. I didn't say because I'll be kind of, you all will laugh at me. When I used ChatGPT for the first time, I thought it to be a big fat fool because whatever prompt I was giving, the prompts were wrong. Let me just tell you. But I thought it to be a useless tool. And then I told this to someone, then they said, what prompt did you give? The prompts were all wrong. The tool is not bad. You are a bad workman. So then I learned how to give proper prompt and then get the answer. I don't think so. You all are techie guys, so you all might not have faced this problem. This is what I faced. So I didn't say it in the meeting.
There are these modules as well, Toastmaster Samita, like they call it prompt engineering.
Mm-hmm.
And it just teaches you what should you provide as a prompt to get the desired result.
Okay, where do we get that?
I mean, it's all over. Just search prompt engineering and you will get n number of things on this, blogs on this, on Medium and everywhere. And just, to learn what we should ask so that we get the desired result. That's the thing about it. And the GPT itself learn itself, right? So if you are giving it wrong, ask them. No, you are incorrect. I'm adding some more context. Then it will show you the right result. So it also keeps on learning based on your response.
My students were better.
No, actually, I mean, when we started, also almost the same mistakes we did. Like more specific we ask, right? The questions we are asking, the better results we'll be getting. So what I was doing is, like, I was asking generic questions. I was getting a lot of generic answers, which is not relevant to the context, and then it was really a problem, as you are actually mentioning. Like, I was also thinking, hey, what is this? I mean, better is Google. So later, as you mentioned, Vishal mentioned, like, I started doing that prompt engineering. I mean, like, how do we make it a better prompt, right? So that really works. Thanks, Vishal.
Yeah.
Yeah. To add a point, like we all used to Google, and that's how we search, right? But as Vishal said, prompt engineering is like we should look AI as a person actually. So when I ask you something, right, I don't like how I do it in Google. I don't speak to you. So in same way, so when we are using AI, it should be like we should have a thought that we are speaking to a person. And also, AI is a child now, and if it gives a wrong answer, that is like it's a child giving a wrong answer to us, and it is learning actually. So we should keep that in mind. So now for ChatGPT, the age is like 1.5 years old. So and down the line, if you see after 2 to 3 years, the answer will be astonishing actually.
I'm
And
from education background, no? So I speak like I speak to my students. That is my way of speaking, which was wrong. I do agree to that. It is wrong.
Yes, Sanjay, you were saying something.
yeah, and another example of ChatGPT which I used today was so my dad got, I mean, he went to the doctor and the doctor wrote a prescription which he was not able to understand because of the handwriting and how many times he has to take the medicines. So what I did was I took a picture of the prescription and then I uploaded in ChatGPT because ChatGPT 4 will have that feature that you can upload it. And then I asked ChatGPT to give me in a tabular format the medicines which is written there and how many times he has to take it. And immediately it gave me in a tabular format with clear indication that what exactly is the name of the medicine. Now, when I was matching the name along with the handwriting, I can find out, yes, this is what he meant to say. And it gave me exactly that.
Wow. This could be a good tool for the doctors. They don't
Yeah.
use this much, but this is a good tool for a doctor.
And even the Woodley, which is there in Toastmaster, like how it functions is there is something called speech to text. So, like when you were speaking, it is coming up as a text. Now, from the text, using the GenAI, maybe most probably, I'm not sure what is in the background, but through the GenAI or the ChatGPT, they're able to find out exactly how many number of times it is coming as or ums, or all the filler words, or what has to be improved. So everything it has given on a command that how it is going to reflect on that, and then it is going to analyze that one, and instantly it is giving you the feedback.
I had used Udly only for it to tell me that I speak very fast. It was a revelation for me because I thought I had a proper pace in speaking. It gave me very fast. So then I had to rethink and then lower down my pace. But it's a good one. I didn't use the new one. I used the old one. But yes, definitely, Vishal, I'm going to use it because it has a lot of features which are really, really good. All
Yeah, right.
technical.
I'm also going to use. Thanks for pointing that
Yeah,
one.
thank
We were never aware of these things, and this tool looks to be very good. And then just to improve our skills, right? Thanks for that to share.
Sure. Thank you then. Thank you everybody. Let's have enjoy our rest of the evening with our friends and family, and see you in the next meeting.
Yes.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye
Happy
bye.
Sunday, everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Sunday, everyone.
Bye.